Hello everyone. How many of you would like to visit to the polar region? If you get a chance to visit to the polar region, what would you like to do? So today in this lesson, we will discuss about the adaptation in the polar region. Okay. First of all, we should know what do you mean by adaptation. In the previous class only we have discussed that adaptation is the ability of animals to live in a particular climate and in a particular places. Different animals lives in the different habitat. But our today's main topic is the polar region. So here you can see the polar region there. Polar regions, here the climate is very cold. Means it is the coldest place on the earth. So the animals living in that area have some adaptive features that help them to live their life. Like they're white in color to camouflage. Camouflage means to merge themselves with the environment so that they can protect themselves from the enemies. They hibernate during winter, that means they go for a long sleep during which they require less amount of energy. Their body is covered with thick wool and fleece and they have the fat under the skin which keeps them warm. They do have a strong sense of smell and also the sight. Some of the examples of the animals that we find in the polar region are polar bear, penguins, Siberian crane, seal, etc. So to know them further, let us go to the website here. You must be knowing World Wildlife Organization. It is the organization which takes care about the animals, plants, on other areas also they work. Okay, so here this is the main page there. When you click to the WWF, here you can see, here you will be seeing different things. Okay, so we are going for the wildlife, then we will go for the polar bears. Wow, what a wonderful picture we got it here. Here you see, just now I have told that the animals in the polar region, they have the white fur so that it helps them to camouflage. Likewise, the polar bear is also having thick fur to protect themselves from the cold climate. They have the fat under their skin, which is known as blubber, that will provide insulation or keeps them warm. They have the strong sense of smell so that they can get the food. At the same time, you can see here their paws are white, having the claws which help them in swimming, digging the snow, also for self-defense. It helps them to walk on the snow, holding the prey, etc. So these are some of the adaptive features of the polar bear that helps them to live in a very cold climate. Further, if you want to go, you can go to the website here. You can see here so much information is given. Its status is vulnerable. That means we should protect them. Okay, and next common animals that we find in the polar region is the penguins. Penguins. So what are the adaptive features that helps the penguins to sustain in the cold region? You know the penguins are the flightless bird. They cannot fly. Okay, here you see again the most beautiful picture it has come up with. Here you can see penguins, their body is streamlined, okay, which helps them to swim in the water. Obviously they have white fur and at the same time they have thick fur which help them to keep themselves warm. And they live in a group. They live in a group. They huddle themselves so that they keep themselves warm in that cold climate. They have webbed feet and flattened flipper like the wings which help them to swim in the water. So these are the some adaptive features that helps the animals living in the polar region to live. Likewise, there are many other animals like Arctic fox, Arctic hare, even the Siberian cranes. Siberian cranes are the migratory birds which cannot live in a very extreme climate. They move from one place to another place. So if you want to explore more students, you can go to this website and can explore it more. On the animals, here you see so many animals are here. Even the whales, when the whales you can see there. Okay. So many animals are there, so you can explore it more. Now, tasks to do. So what you have to do now after learning the adaptive features of both two animals, especially polar bear and the penguins, you have to explore two plants and animals that are found in the polar regions and list down their adaptive features. So for today, this much only. Thank you. Again, we'll meet in the next lesson.